Good morning, everybody. I wanted to speak on, before I post this video, about what I consider has always been the plan. Now, to me, the plan has always been about manipulating human beings for profit. The plan has always been about murdering and incarcerating black people and there being a gender nullification of laws for anyone who is not black. And even though our Spanish brothers and sisters are treated similarly, it's not the way they treat black people. But to me, the plan has always been about the manipulation of human beings. And I never had to question why I usually always had a wallet, a cigarette lighter, and just about anything that you wouldn't probably even think about day to day. But the plan was to put those things there, to put them on you, to give you what they would always consider the profit margin for themselves. But as long as you have those items, they mean you purchased them. There was some reason seemingly to have them. Identification, you name it. You name it. All kinds of things. Anything. The hat on my head. The plan has always been to put them there for gain, for profit. And basically something so that others could live a more comfortable life. We should always take into consideration in this society, especially the current society that shows you that democracy is really, it is not what they said it is, especially for African Americans. We know this better. We know this more. You know, anytime another country uses racism to manipulate what's going on in the politics of your society, which is what Russia effectively did for a specific president whose name I will not mention. He's so desperate these days for anything that takes the attention off of his. It's pretty bad. But anyway, plan has always been about manipulating human beings, period, regardless of what's going on. But in this society, you can truly see where the failing of our democracy has taken place because the people in our country have made so many morally bad decisions, horrible decisions. And you'd think they would know better. I mean, literally, the Bible tells us how God feels about you trying to own human beings and continually abuse someone without any repercussions. And as we can see for the United States, and I'm sure a lot of people would want to debate this, as you can see for the United States, we're going through these things because there's a reckoning taking place. There is a reckoning taking place. Oh, yes. And please, whatever you do, if you're white, if you see this, don't blame black people. Okay? We didn't bring slavery here. Y'all brought us here and created the slavery knowing full well, if you had any sort of Christian nature, that slavery is horrible. Period. But that was what you all wanted. That's what you got. Look at where we are now. That's what it's always been about in this country. It's the thing that literally its demise, or it's definitely going to have a direct effect because people here wanted to own human beings, continually abuse, murder, and incarcerate innocent people, send children to places for your own politics like they're doing today, just scooping them up, putting them on buses, acting and being horrible. And as a Christian being, yes, we're supposed to hate the behavior, not the person. But the continuations on a daily basis of these atrocities has weakened the moral fabric of many human beings. Many human beings have said, F it. If that's the way it's going to be, then I'm going to act any kind of way. Well, that's bad and that's wrong. And that's what we see in our politicians today. That's why, as far as I'm concerned, this voting process, where people continually know that the people that they're sending to Capitol Hill are as corrupt and as horrible and as terrible and as racist as a human being can be. If you've ever seen anyone hold up a sign that says this is the end, take that quite seriously. Those proportions are correct. Okay? Anytime you've seen somebody hold up a sign and say this is it, this is definitely the end. This is what it looks like. This is what it feels like to African Americans. We've been knowing it for a long time, regardless of what we had to do here, which is basically build this country and then have people point fingers at us because we are not as wealthy or as profitable as, literally the things that African Americans are going through here is just a continual mind numbing hell. God bless you all. But this is the end.